Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Nurse Lali's here and I'm back with another video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel and I hope you're going to like it here and that you're going to stick around and click on the subscribe button so that you can be part of this gang. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around and always coming back to watch my videos. I appreciate you guys so much. So today I'm doing a sit down video, and as you have seen by the title, I'm doing a life update. I've been meaning to do this life update since I left my job in when did I leave my job? I think I left my job in September. Yeah, my last month was September. I served my notice in September. So I've been wanting to do a life update for you guys, but I wanted to wait quite a bit first so that I can get used to like my new way of life and then I can give you guys a proper like update as to how things have been going. So yeah, today is the day. I've decided that this is it. I'm doing this video and I really hope that I'll be able to explain everything very well and articulate myself properly. I'm gonna try my best to give you guys a good idea of where I am currently, and I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy this video or at least learn something from it and from my experience. And if you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out anytime when I post a video. So without any further wasting time, let us get into this video. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is why did I leave my job? Okay, so I have some points here on my phone. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Okay, let me not change anything. So I wrote some I wrote some points here on my notepad on my phone so that I can stay on track with this video, because I don't want to be rambling and just going all over the place, going on a tangent. So yeah, I'll be reading from my phone whatever I wrote here and there, just so that I can stay on track. And what else did I want to tell you guys? Okay, I can't remember now, but yeah. So okay, oh yeah. So if you guys don't know, perhaps you're watching my videos for the first time, so I'm a registered nurse and midwife, and where I was working, it was a private hospital. Okay, so when I started out my nursing career, I started working in the public sector. So I was working at a community health center, and then I moved on to go and work to a small clinic, and then after that I went back to the community health center and I worked in their labor ward. So I'm passionate about midwifery, guys. I'm a midwife. So after I worked in the public sector for quite a while, and at like 2 different clinics and different departments, I then went over to go and work in the private sector. So I went to the private sector because I wanted to gain experience, obviously, because I really felt that I want to settle down in the private sector as a midwife. So I got a job at this private hospital. If you guys watched my video where I did a spend a day at work with me, I'm gonna link it up here. If you haven't watched that video, you can maybe pause this one and then go back and watch that video and you will know where I was working. So I was working there, and I started working there in May of this year, 2022. And I worked there up until September. So I need to give you guys a bit of context first and answer the question, why did I leave my job, before we go any further with this video. Alright, so yeah, let me answer that question. Why did I leave my job? Okay, so at the hospital there, I was working shifts, right? And I'm sure you guys know that a lot of nurses work shifts. If they're working at a hospital, if you're not at a clinic, you're working shifts. So I was working shifts, and my shift looked like this. One week I was working 5 days, which is Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The following week, I was working 2 days, which is Wednesday and Thursday only. So that meant that in a month, I am off 2 weekends and I am working 2 weekends. Okay, so I had like the hectic week where I worked 5 days, and then I had like chilled week where I work only 2 days. So now, if you guys don't know, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, and attending meetings and going out to field service is very important to me. And on the week where I worked 5 days, I missed both meetings, both the midweek meetings and the Sunday meetings. So in my congregation, we would have our midweek meeting on a Monday, and then we'd have our weekend meeting on Sunday. So if I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that would mean that I'm not able to attend the meetings on Monday and on the Sunday of that week. So because now I was rotating every 2 weeks with these shifts that I just described for you guys, that meant that in a total of 8 meetings in the month, I'm only able to attend 4 meetings, which is only on the week where I'm off, and I'm only working 2 days, Monday and Sunday. So it was really frustrating for me because I felt like I'm missing out on a lot at the meetings. Because when my shifts are 12-hour shifts, 7 in the morning up until 7 p.m. So even with the midweek meeting, for example, in my congregation, our meeting started at 6 o'clock. So if I'm only knocking off at 7 o'clock, that's already like halfway through the meeting. And at 7 up until maybe 7:45, I'm driving home, and I would try and join in on Zoom, but I really wouldn't be able to pay attention at all. So that was very difficult for me, you guys. That was very difficult for me, and it was so tough to like prepare for the meeting. And if I'm not gonna go to the meeting, that would be like very difficult for me. So I would need to be at the meeting at least to like learn something. So it was so frustrating. It was really, really frustrating to me. So those shifts were just not working out for me. And on top of field service being an issue, the meetings being an issue, field service as well was being affected because I could only attend field service on 2 weekends, right? And the congregation that we were in was quite far from where we stay. So I couldn't really attend field service during the week because obviously petrol. I'd have to spend petrol to drive there and join like the field service group, the people who preach during the week. So that was like really tough for me. So yeah, guys, I only had like the weekend to go to field service because then in our household we go to field service on Saturday and Sunday, that's for sure. But I only had like 2 weekends, guys, and then you'd find that maybe one weekend I am so tired, like I just want to relax on a Saturday and not go anywhere. But now I'm thinking, I only have 2 Saturdays in a month to go to field service, so this is my only chance. If I'm too tired to go today, then it just affects the whole month. So my field service, to be honest, was like poor. So it just wasn't working for me. And then also another thing, obviously my family time was affected, guys. I love family time. I love being with my husband. I love spending time with my husband. We call it us time. We call it us time. And oh my gosh, I feel like us time was affected so much when I was working that job, because imagine when my husband is off from work, and especially if maybe he wasn't having like a busy project at work, he's off on a Saturday over the weekend, and I am working both Saturday and Sunday, and I get home at like 8 p.m. at night, you guys. Then I only have like 2 hours to spend with my husband. Literally that week where I worked 5 days, I had so little time at home. And the 2 days that I was actually off on that Wednesday and Thursday, guys, I'd have to catch up on so many things: cleaning the house, cooking, laundry. And I was just struggling with fatigue, so I'd just get so tired, and I would spend like probably like a lot of the day sleeping. So it was just not working out. So at some point I was just like, no ways, I can't do this. And initially I had planned to stay in that job for like 12 months while I'm starting my business and getting my business running. But very soon I realized that I'm not going to be able to do this for long. So yeah, that was like the major factor. And then the second reason why I left the job is because obstetric nursing is not my thing. And I did not realize how bad it is until I got into it, you know, because when I was still a nursing student, we did our practicals at this other hospital called Charlotte Maxeke Hospital. So that's where VIT students do their nursing practicals, like a lot of their nursing practicals, mainly at Charlotte Maxeke Academic Hospital at CMJAR. So at CMJAR, firstly, CMJAR is a public hospital, right? At CMJAR, if you work in the labor ward and you are a midwife, you have so much independence, you guys. So obviously the smaller clinics would refer complicated cases to CMJAR, right? So if someone is in labor and for any reason their baby is in distress, or the labor is prolonged, or they're just not progressing in the labor, or they have like maternal exhaustion or prolonged second stage or whatever, all those kind of things that happen when a woman is in labor. So what happens that those smaller clinic sisters, they send to the hospital, CMJAR. And when you work at CMJAR as a midwife, so you're going to learn a whole lot, you guys. You're going to admit a lot of different clients. And so at CMJAR, you work with the doctor, right? Because it is complicated cases. However, as the midwife, you're still going to progress this patient. The doctors are going to come and do their rounds and leave, but you're still going to progress this patient throughout the labor. You'll be taking care of the patient, and if everything is going normally, then you'll be able to deliver as well that client. So there's a lot of independence when you're working in a public hospital at the labor ward. You're very, very independent. Now, in the private sector, things are totally different. The patient is the doctor's patient. It's the gynae's patient. So everything that you do, you basically have to be carrying out the doctor's orders, right? So there's no independence. I really felt like I was just not getting the independence that I wanted, and I really just wanted to like have the patient to be mine and then I am able to do things the way that I feel they should be done, and I'm able to carry out the kind of care that I want to give to my patients, and I want to have that relationship with my patient. So I really felt like because sometimes I would feel like I'm not really happy with how the doctor is carrying out the care to the patient, but because it's not my patient, my say is very limited, you know. So I just didn't like that. I really just didn't like that, and I felt like, oh, you know, I'm not here to be challenging people's management. I mean, I'm not a doctor, I'm a midwife, and midwives and gynaes, obstetricians, they operate like differently, guys. So as a midwife, my idea of a natural labor is totally different to the doctor. So I really just felt like our values are not aligned, and I really just need to be at a place whereby I can practice the way that I have learned and the way that I've seen that it works perfectly well for the moms, and according to the latest evidence and research. Because you know, at the hospital, sometimes you'll just find that things are being done in an old-fashioned way, not aligned with the current research and latest guidelines. So yeah, that was like a challenge for me, and I really just felt like, oh, I cannot fit in here. You know, this place is just not, it's just not according to, you know, how I would like to practice. So it was tough, guys. It was just really, really tough for me. I just wasn't coping at all. So I really felt like, no, I need to go to a place where I can actually just practice independently as a midwife. That's what I really, really needed. So yeah, very early on, I realized that no, obstetric nursing is not for me, because here I'm basically just here to carry out the doctor's orders. And I felt like I just wasn't there to challenge the doctors, you know. I just, you know, I don't want to get to a place and then I'm trying to change things. Things have been happening this way for a very, very long time, and I'm really not going to try and enforce my way of doing things. So I really just felt like if I want to have my way of doing things, I need to start my own thing and have my own practice where I can choose how I care for my clients and my moms. So yeah, leaving, it felt like the best option for me. And then thirdly, the working environment was not so great in terms of the teamwork, you know, teamwork between the doctors and nurses, more especially. Guys, that one, I don't even want to say a lot, but the teamwork was just non-existent. I really just felt like mutual respect for each other as professionals was sort of lacking for me. There wasn't that warm environment between the doctors and the nurses, because at the end of the day, we are part of a multidisciplinary team. We all have our different roles, and we are all important to this mom, to carry out the care of the mom. And I really just felt like that teamwork, that team effort, and that mutual respect was lacking, you know. A lot of the times I just felt like as a nurse, I constantly have to be proving myself to the doctors, and they sort of also don't even give you a chance to actually prove yourself, because you sort of judged when you are new already. You're not given a chance to prove yourself, to prove your work ethic. So that was really demotivating. It like just demotivates you when you feel like yeah, you know. So that was very, very challenging for me, you guys. I really just felt like private hospital is not my thing. To be honest, I really enjoyed working at the public hospital. I totally loved it when I was still a student. Yeah, and obviously conditions were not like perfect there as well, but oh man, it was just amazing. So private is really, really different, and I think it has its own people, and I was just not, yeah, I was just not that person. I was just not for it, and that's completely okay. I'm not an obstetric nurse, I am a midwife. So I really needed to get to the environment that will work for me. So which is what I'm working on at the moment with my own practice and also the places where I am freelancing. So yeah, I think this video is going to be too long, so I'll just do a separate video telling you guys about how things are actually going right now since I'm unemployed and freelancing, and do a proper life update. But yeah, I hope this video will give you guys a bit of clarity as to why I left my job, and for those of you who are looking into going into the private hospital sector, maybe it can give you certain things to think about. So yeah, and then maybe you can even be able to choose whether you think that you want to be a hospital nurse or a clinic nurse. So yeah guys, that's all I have for you today. My battery is flashing, I need to finish this video but I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell. Until next time you guys, I love you so much, and I appreciate all of you who have been supporting my channel. Till next time, bye. Mwah.